My child, a member of your family went to a spiritual healer in secret. You will be astounded by this. Something enormous is in store for you, my dear kid. I've been keeping what I'm going to tell you a secret for weeks or perhaps months. Someone you would never suspect went behind your back to see a spiritual healer, and what they heard there completely altered your life. You're going to hear revelation, not rumors, so stay put. They went out of desperation rather than interest. They were terrified when they were informed that your name was associated with a divine change, a turning point written in light. Their eyes have never viewed you the same way since. There is something enormous in store for you. The healer started talking about an aura, which is a vibration with long-standing protection. According to the healer, your fate has been predetermined from birth and cannot be destroyed by a curse, jealousy, or betrayal. Your relatives' heartbeat altered as soon as they heard this. They were deeply shaken by the realization that you cannot control your energy. They're acting strangely now, don't they? Their smiles are different. Before they talk, they pause. Because the healer's revelation was prophecy rather than just a straightforward reading. It proved that you are unique. Heaven is already arranging something enormous for you because you are a chosen one wrapped in divine timing. There is something enormous in store for you. After the visit, they were unable to fall asleep that night. The healer had spoken your name and remarked, "The one you overlook is the one heaven favors most." Your relative, recognizing they could no longer stop your fate, fled that location shaking. They have been silent, aloof, and nearly terrified to look you in the eye ever since. The twist is that they weren't traveling alone. They were joined by another member of the family. They worked together to try to figure out why you get stronger after every setback. Since the universe personally protects this one, the healer told them the truth. When someone tries to hurt you, your ancestral benefits come to life. There is something enormous in store for you. Every obstacle you've encountered has been witnessed by invisible powers that have come to your aid. The healer spoke of an energy that transcends boundaries, a circle of light that is inaccessible without authorization. Their attempts to outshine you keep failing because of this. It's protection, not a coincidence. Now your relative is torn between amazement and jealousy. They have no idea how you manage to be calm when storms are building all around you. However, they are unaware that guides who are already 3 steps ahead surround your spirit. Their healer attested to the fact that you have divine support and that they dare not meddle once more. There is something enormous in store for you. According to the healer, this family will experience a significant event before the next full moon. They will raise the one whose light they attempted to darken. That's you, my kid. In that hallowed space, the mention of your name altered the atmosphere. You've now been touched by that same energy. You can't quite put your finger on why you've been restless lately, feeling as though something significant is about to happen. Heaven is silently aligning new blessings as your spirit senses the movement of destiny. Now the truth that they attempted to conceal is coming to light. There is something enormous in store for you. Unexpected relatives will show you unexpected acts of kindness. Someone will pretend to be worried when they call or text, but their voice will tremble. The reason for this is that they are aware that the healer's revelation cannot be reversed and that your life will soon rise above their grasp regardless of what they do. Don't be upset, though. Remain composed. You were just supposed to outgrow the cage they constructed, not to battle them. Now you're entering a more favorable domain where only prosperity and tranquility are possible. There is something enormous in store for you. A bright golden ring encircled by light was a symbol found in the healer's notes. According to them, this symbolizes inheritance, the end of a cycle, and the opening of celestial wealth. Even though it was conveyed through someone else's fear, this message was written for you. You are currently surrounded by magnetic energy. You'll start attracting people for no apparent reason. It's possible for old relationships to reappear. Not to cause harm, but to see the brightness that fate has proclaimed. Even those who doubted you will speak your name with respect because of how clearly you have changed. There is something enormous in store for you. The silence in your family is about to end. Soon, one of them will confess out of astonishment rather than guilt. They will claim that the healer's words continue to reverberate. Blessings in this house will come from the person you underestimated. You have to get ready because of this. Avoid hurrying. Don't react angrily. Simply grin, since all of your covert movements and conversations have been diverted for your own development. You never lagged behind. You were being shielded from being exposed to your magnificence too soon. There is something enormous in store for you. You may experience a sudden warmth or coldness around your chest tonight. It's not a coincidence. Your energy field is starting to experience the shift that the healer foresaw. Those who previously rejected your glow will now rely on it as you undergo a spiritual makeover. Before they departed, the healer said one more thing. Don't seek retribution when the truth is revealed. Just have a tall stance. The rest will be taken care of by the universe. That's precisely what's going to happen. No one can remove the heavenly correction that is being written into your story. There is something enormous in store for you. In the backdrop, a door is unlocking. Something related to your name, a record, or an unfulfilled vow. You must therefore maintain your composure, openness, and groundedness. This is activation rather than merely a message. You are about to be elevated by the same light that astounded your relative. So, dear child, take a deep breath. You will soon be set free by the truth that once terrified them. Heaven's attention is now on you, so continue to move gracefully. Every secret said against you has already been your confirmation, and the force they attempted to stifle has become irresistible. Something enormous is in store for you, my dear kid. You are surrounded by unusual energy tonight. Your breath may become shallow, your chest may constrict, or your heartbeat may slow. You'll be able to tell if this communication is intended for you in this way. Because a sacred truth buried in your family's silence began to emerge at the same moment you started reading. They believed you would never learn. They believed that the events that took place in that tiny, candlelit chamber would never be known. However, divine timing never forgets. The one you fear is already divinely protected. Every secret will come to light at the ideal moment, the spiritual healer they visited cautioned them. And now is the ideal moment. There is something enormous in store for you. A house, a broken vow, visions, and an underlying feud that runs deep in your family were all seen by the healer. The names of others blurred around your name, which shone in the center surrounded by white light. At that point, your relative knew you were selected rather than condemned. Every setback, heartache, and delay was just a layer that was being removed to reveal your purpose. However, they were unwilling to accept it. They attempted to manipulate the prophecy and alter the result. In an attempt to undo what had been said, they even went back to the same healer in secret and gave gifts. However, the candles flickered brighter each time your name was mentioned. The relative who led that visit has been having trouble falling asleep ever since. The healer grinned and said, "This soul can't be stopped. Their story is written in gold. Something huge is waiting for you." They are reminded that fate cannot be concealed by the echoes of your laughter, voice, and energy in their dreams. And as a result of their shame, they have recently begun to fall apart. A confession is beginning to take shape. They may unintentionally send you a voicemail, a text, a letter they write but forget to erase, or a message they never intended to send. They will explain in that communication how they attempted to obstruct your route but were unsuccessful. Because odd things happened each time they did something against you. They experienced illness, financial loss, or unexpected terrible news. They were aware of your spirit's invisible defenders at that point. There is something enormous in store for you. It was dubbed the Circle of Echoes by the healer. It implies that everything that is said against you is magnified in reality. That's why certain people have always felt uneasy around you. Anyone who pretends to be in love while harboring jealousy cannot endure it for very long because you carry divine frequency. But pay close attention, this next section is important. The healer informed them that there would come a time when your energy would soar to such an extent that all lies surrounding you would fall apart. The moment has begun. Have you not been feeling lighter lately? This is due to the breakdown of invisible bonds. The people who doubted you are going to witness the proof as the truth comes to light. There is something enormous in store for you. The same person who visited that healer will soon make a casual, almost innocent phone call. They will make an effort to appear normal, but their tone will reveal who they are. When they mention your name, their voice will quiver because they know deep down that you already know. Here's the divine twist, though. The healer talked about more than just you. They warned them that they might lose their blessings if they persisted in their jealousy. They are now attempting to return out of fear rather than affection. However, the universe just maintains equilibrium rather than punishing. Only when they confront you with the truth will what they lost come back. There is something enormous in store for you. Soon, this confession will take place. A slip of the tongue, a sudden flood of tears, a truth they can't hold anymore. Don't get upset when it happens. This is divine justice, so just grin. The person who previously expressed doubts about you will now express regret. They will acknowledge that even the lights in the room fluttered when your name flashed so brightly during the healer's reading. Your relative knew you weren't their rival when the healer added, "The ancestors walk with this one. Their purpose is to heal generations. You were their salvation. There is something enormous in store for you." Let me now describe what the healer saw after that. A vision that silenced everyone. Two routes were visible to them. One leads to glory, the other to loss. Envy and dishonesty were linked to the road of loss. Your name was engraved onto the road of glory. Your family member stumbled when they attempted to cross your lane. However, the room was filled with light when they silently blessed you. My child, that's your proof. Your adversaries were non-existent. They were barriers disguised as teachings. Your life is about to drastically change, the healer informed them. The money that was postponed will begin to come in. Broken relationships will start to mend. Now, doors that wouldn't open will swing wide. There is something enormous in store for you. The healer's statement that a blessing is coming from the same family line that once attempted to keep you back is the most startling element. Soon, you will receive an inheritance of light rather than money. At last, something ancestral will be released. Your dreams have been so vivid lately because of this. That isn't fantasy. That's awakening. There is something enormous in store for you. Don't pursue them if you see them becoming quiet. Their surrender is silence. They have already been humbled by the healer's words. Now it's your responsibility to maintain your composure, guard your energy, and act as though the miracle has already occurred, because it has. You'll soon notice a change in your body, including a calm heartbeat and warmth in your hands. Alignment is that. That is verification. Now, with interest, the energy they attempted to block is coming back to you. No shade can conceal your radiance as you enter the glorious spotlight. There is something enormous in store for you. Something modest but significant will occur before the next sunrise. Perhaps someone you've forgotten will get in touch, or a message with your name typed differently will show up. Your sign is that. Your silence will now be rewarded by the same cosmos that revealed secrets. You've had enough waiting. The same covert visit that previously attempted to define you will now serve as your elevation. Heaven is saying, it's your turn. Your path to success has been paved with the truth they attempted to conceal. Something enormous is in store for you, my dear kid. Your home is unusually quiet tonight. If you pay close attention, you can practically feel the humming vibration of invisible change. The reason for this is that the same energy that formerly enveloped the room of the secret healer has now found its way into your area. The world can finally hear the message that was whispered. The healer was the first to notice it. A golden thread that glows like liquid sunlight and runs from your heart to something divine. When this thread pulls tight, everything hidden will come into alignment. That's what's happening right now. Your light is growing, your truth is emerging, and those who attempted to hide your identity are witnessing it shine brighter than before. There is something enormous in store for you. The healer's last vision saw a heavy, old door that was locked with power symbols. Your destiny, prosperity, tranquility, love, and healing intended for your lineage were all hidden beyond that door. However, there was one requirement. Only when your family's oldest wound was finally exposed could it open. The person who went to see the healer did so for this reason. They secretly feared that the truth of that wound would come back to haunt them. The exposed moment is almost here. Signs, flickering lights, sleepless nights, and objects that move slightly when no one touches them are all things they perceive. It's not haunting. That is self-correcting energy. Your name is at the center of the universe's realignment of what was distorted. Restoration is anchored by you, my kid. There is something enormous in store for you. That same family member dreamed of water last night. It was deep, contemplative, serene, and limitless. They saw your mirror in the water's surface in their dream, but brilliant light was standing behind you. They were unable to breathe when they woke up. At last, they realized that the prophecy had nothing to do with control. It had to do with release. They will give you a call shortly. They will initially pretend everything is normal and talk about trivial topics. However, you'll notice the reluctance, delay, and shaking in their voice before they eventually mutter, "I have something to tell you." That's the confession. The final knot will be untangled by destiny, and you'll feel the air change as the one they've been holding back for months slips through their lips. There is something enormous in store for you. When the time comes, remain motionless. Don't say anything. Simply let the silence do the talking. Because the healer's heart has become the key to their own crown, you will hear the spiritual echo of their last words. The one you wronged has already forgiven you. You are that. The very thing they attempted to eliminate was you. Evidence that light can beam without permission. There is something enormous in store for you. You will observe odd synchronicities following that confession. The clock repeatedly striking a specific number, a name appearing on screens, or a song playing the exact words you need. That is proof that the cycle is coming to an end. The universe is error-free. Timing is coded in every coincidence. Before the session ended, the healer remarked that a sacred justice will quietly, like morning light, enter their lives. Already, that light is coming in. It's in how, despite the chaos around you, your energy is calm, your thoughts are clearer, and your sleep feels deeper. You have entered a state of divine tranquility, transcending karmic storms. There is something enormous in store for you. You are being guided from beyond by one of your ancestors, who carried suffering but never expressed it. A soft murmur, a maternal spirit guarding your steps, was described by the healer. This spirit is healing rather than haunting. Now, every choice you make is softly aligned to break past cycles of betrayal and create avenues of grace. There is something enormous in store for you. And now the last revelation, my child. The 3 seals of your destiny are light, loyalty, and legacy, according to the healer. When you discovered how to stand in truth in spite of their silence, the first seal, light, was shattered. Now that the people who betrayed you are starting to ask for forgiveness, the second seal, loyalty, is breaking. And as soon as you receive the blessing intended to last generations, the final seal, legacy, will be broken. This has nothing to do with retaliation. It has to do with evolution. You serve as a link between the past and the future. Through you, the tale of your family is being rewritten. It is becoming softer, purer, and healed. They will soon realize that your forgiveness was the only key that could open this door, and the tears they secretly shed will turn into gratitude. There is something enormous in store for you. You will receive a message in the coming days, perhaps in a dream, a picture, or a straightforward letter. It will have a circle, a feather, a flame, or another symbol the healer mentioned. The completion of the prophecy is indicated by that sign. What they thought would ruin you is now what elevates you. There is something enormous in store for you. Breathe now, my child. As you read these words, Feel the warmth rising in your chest. Your spirit is in agreement with the truth. You're safe. You've been selected.